Alright everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to The King's Speech. So we're playing catch up with some Shonen Jump videos today. So finished recording the videos for Spy Family as well as the latest chapters of Akane Banashi. So we're going to get to Kaiju number 8 in just a second here. So if you haven't already, like always, please do consider like, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. Like I mentioned, a lot of good content dropping this weekend. Unfortunately, read-throughs are probably going to be on hold until the end of this month. Just because combination of being busy and with the weather making it so it's so boiling that I'm steaming inside my own skin. It's not really great conditions for sitting inside a stuffy room recording videos. And I still have a lot of catch up to do. I just haven't been able to find the time for it. So hopefully the next couple of weeks I'll be able to get some stuff reorganized, set up and all that. So we can get back to read-throughs in full force at the start of July. So look forward to that. Without further ado, let's dive into Kaiju number 8, chapter 87. I gotta admit at this point, I'm really kind of just looking for this arc to be over. I'm not really expecting much from the battles, but we'll see if I get pleasantly surprised or not. But we have Kaiju number 8, chapter 87 by Naoya Matsumoto, with translation by David Evelyn and lettering by Brandon Bovia. So we pick up where we left off last time with Narumi doing his little slicer attack as he slices off lizard head kaijus. I can't remember what number it was, all the arms and everything. And it's like, he hit me again? Yeah, the eyes all over his body changed color. Huh. Is this the first time we've seen like the little eyes dotting his armor? Because I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Weird. How about for Naruto fans? Oh, was it Danzai where he had like the Uchiha eyes implanted in his arm? That was the first thing I thought of when I saw that. But I guess it makes sense with the whole like Kaiju number or whatever was, whichever one was like number 1 that he took, like with having all the Future Vision stuff. I guess it makes sense that the eyes are what they implanted into him to like amplify his powers and all that. So I guess it makes sense. I just feel like I feel like I haven't seen that before. It feels like a weird thing, but neither here nor there, I guess. But yeah, the kaiju goes, the eyes all over his body changed color. This occurrence wasn't in Asao Shinomiya's memo. Yeah, so it went from, I think, pink to green, I think is what the cover page is indicating. But you see him blowing another hole into the kaiju's shoulder, and he has as he summons up like more water orbs, and he flings it at Narumi. He's like, I can see it. You bait with a frontal attack. Hold on, my dogs are being dinks. Sorry about that. But you see him like flinging more water balls at Narumi, who's like, I can see it. Yeah, we'll talk about this at the end, but I called that, and I think I called that 2 chapters ago. It's like, you bait with a frontal attack to immobilize legs. I can see that too. 5 water orbs defend while the main body prepares to attack from behind them. And you see him going in again and slicing through more of the kaiju. He's like, argh! It's like, next, as soon as you turn around, you launch an immobilizing water attack. He's like, what is this? And he thinks back to Sao telling him, I don't need an incompetent officer. So that was the first time I suffered a profound defeat. I punched, I kicked, I slashed, and you see him just like training with the Sao. I shot, but I couldn't stand up to him at all. And you see as Sao's walking away from the gun shooting range after he blows smoke off the barrel of his gun. He's like, I don't need incompetent officers in the 1st Division. And you see Narumi just playing a temper tantrum. It's like, I wanted to bring you to tears. I produced result after result after result, and then even more results. I was even picked to be Numbers Weapon 1's compatible user. And not once were you the slightest bit impressed. And he's like, Ch-. It's like, as time rolled on, you grew older and stepped back. You have 7th Captain 1st Division Gen Narumi. It's like, and then you were gone. It's like, screw you. You're not going to quit while you're ahead. You have identified Kaiju Weapon 1 as showing abnormal output levels. Physical and mental strain levels are skyrocketing. He's like, what's going on? It's like, no clue, sir. We've never seen anything like this with the Numbers Weapon. It's like, what is this? The strain on his cerebral nerves is especially abnormal. If this continues, the captain's brain will barely last another minute. And you see Doom Doom has 2 more shots. Take out one of the guts and a part of the head of the kaiju. He's like, what is going on? I can't dodge him. I can't defend against him. You see he's losing another arm and another as he's getting slashed some more. He's like, I can't get sight of him. He's not just predicting my main body's actions. He's also predicting every movement of mine by the water, both offensive and defensive. It's like, that can't be. Number one's ability is supposed to be pseudo-foresight, reading the electrical signals in one's body. It's like, yeah, when it was number one. And he's like, huh? It's like, in addition to electrical signals, I can perceive the movement of electrons, fluctuations in temperature, the terrain, and every detail of a location by way of the eyes throughout my body. Using that information, I can predict what will happen via a mental vision. It's quite literally the power to see the future. I will say, that is a sick-ass design for Kaiju No.8 with like all these like little black spots and like the stitched mouth and the horns. That is a sick-ass fucking Kaiju design. And as he has his like showering off more water thoughts, it's like, this particular ability didn't manifest when number one was still a Kaiju. It's a power that I developed on my own. Oh, God, that's a sick-ass design. And I love Narumi just sitting casually on his head with his legs crossed. Sick as hell. And I see everyone reacting all surprised. It's like, enough of your games. That is not in Isao Shinomiya's memories. It's like, of course it's not. It's like, this is meant to be. It's like, this is my ace in the hole designed to wow the hell out of you. And you see Prap is getting shot with more bullets. It's like, not good. I need my next barricade. It's like, I can already see, it's like your sliced up carcass. And you do a squadron style gun sword technique number 6, 7 branch sword, as he just like bisects him into a couple of pieces. So yeah, again, I don't have much to say about this that I haven't already said in previous chapters. I'm disappointed that, you know, the series kind of went the stereotypical Shonen Jump power route, where it's like, you know, in the middle of battle they suddenly gain new power, or they're talk about, you know, this new technique that they're withholding, and they suddenly overpower someone that at this point they've been completely outmatched by. It's again very by the books. Very disappointing again, given how this arc started. I'm disappointed that it kind of did a full 180 back to, you know, stereotypical shonen formula. So yeah, not really much to say for it. Especially because not a lot of Narumi's kind of like flashbacks with the sound, like characterization, really mimic and mirror Kikoru's kind of thing with his as well, where it's kind of like, oh, you know, I want to be proud of him, I want his recognition and all that. And I feel like it doesn't really do enough to differentiate Narumi's and Isao's relationship from Kikoru's and Isao's relationship. Like, there's no real, like, there's no specific thing in there that's just like, oh, this differentiates the relationship he had from, like, literally everyone else. Like, it doesn't really do a lot to kind of drive home, like, why Narumi was so determined to get Isao's approval, apart from, like, you know, I want to be number one, like, I want to be the best gamer ever. It really doesn't do a lot to differentiate his ambitions and his drive and all that. So I feel like that's why it falls weak when he's kind of like doing the whole, like, when he pulls out the ace in the hole, there's no real emotional resonance to it to be him being like, oh, you know, I want to show Daddy my special move that I learned. You know, I want to show him my Super Sentai kick, all that. It just does not land. And it's a little bit disappointing because I really did expect better from Kaiju, so yeah, not much more else to say. Like I said, I was not expecting much from this chapter. So in that regard, it's not really much of a disappointment with what we got. That said, again, art is always phenomenal. I really, really love the Kaiju designs, at least for the numbered Kaiju. Number one's just absolutely phenomenal design, like the multi-arms and everything is just so damn good. Like, oh, it's so good. Beside Lizard Face just pales in comparison to it. So yeah, apart from that, not much to say. Like I said, I really am just kind of looking forward to the end of this arc to see what happens. Because especially with Narumi's whole, like, the thing where, like, oh, you know, the mental strain is skyrocketing, his nerves are taking damage. I don't expect there to be any long-term consequences from this. Like, I don't expect him to be like, oh, you're gonna have potential brain damage or stuff like that. We'll see what happens when the arc ends. Still too early to tell. But yeah, apart from that, again, I'm really just looking forward to Kafka's fight wrapping up, the other arc stuff wrapping up, finding out what the true goal of all this is, moving on to the next stuff. But yeah. So like I mentioned, I'm sorry to be a downer, but again, I really expect better from this series. Despite all that, if you still enjoy this video, if you like my criticisms, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I mentioned, it really does mean a lot to me. It really does mean a lot to me and be greatly appreciated. Yeah, until next time, this is Ash. I'll talk to you all later.